What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of The Block is Hot. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Adahandles, or aka one of the coolest Cardano projects in the entire ecosystem. In this video, I'm going to be going over why I think this project is just so cool and why I really think everyone here should have their own ADA handle. But without further ado, let's get into it. So what exactly is an ADA handle? Well, an ADA handle allows users on the Cardano ecosystem to have a custom Cardano address rather than the default 20 to 30 random characters that is honestly impossible to remember. So for example, guys, instead of me needing to memorize this whole entire address if I need someone to send me money or if I'm, trying to send money to myself through different wallets, whatever the case is, I can instead purchase an ADA handle on this website. I had two people in the Discord actually buy the Block is Hot and give it to me, which was super cool. Shout out to Sterling, who bought the Block is Hot, and also shout out to Crypto Bar for doing this as well. That was super nice and generous of you guys. And I also want to shout out CNFT Noob Team. This dude on the Discord was like, can you shout me out? It was my birthday a while ago. So shout out to CNFT Noob Team. I didn't forget. But basically, you can get these addresses. And now if anyone wants to send ADA to me, or if I want to send ADA to myself, instead of typing in my whole entire address, all I have to do is I have to put the $ in, and then I type in Block is Hot, and now any money that gets sent to that ADA handle is going to get redirected to the main wallet or the wallet that I have that handle stored in. Now this project is really cool for a couple of different reasons. Reason number one, you never have to memorize your whole entire address again, so you can literally send ADA to yourself through different wallets without trying to copy and paste stuff and potentially messing something up. Number two, imagine in the future, guys, if we're just walking around and we want to pay someone for something, but we want to pay them in crypto. Instead of having this entire super long crypto address that we have to copy and paste and we have to text it to each other and we have to email it to each other, instead all we have to do is type in Block is Hot, and it's super, super easy and cool. The third thing that's really cool about this project is it allows everyone to have their own ADA handle that they can customize. So if I have a YouTube channel and I want the Block is Hot ADA handle, I can be the only person that has that ADA handle. No one else can have that ADA handle. So now I have my own YouTube channel's name as my ADA handle. Like, that is super, super cool. What if you're a huge project or a huge DEX, or you're like Coinbase, for example? You can have your own ADA handle. This is the largest and first project doing this on the Cardano ecosystem, and they've literally partnered with some of the biggest projects on the entire chain. So we know that this is going to be the main one that people adopt, and the utility with this is just on another level in my opinion. So how much is an ADA handle and what is the total supply? Well, the total supply and the price are actually dependent on how many characters are in your ADA handle. So for example, if you only have 2 characters, that is an ultra rare, and that is going to cost you 800 ADA. 3 characters is a rare at 260. You then have commons that are 4 to 7 characters at 60 ADA, and then for basics you have 8 to 15 characters at 10 ADA. The more rare and the shorter your ADA handle is, the less there are going to be in circulation. So there's only going to be 39 legendaries, 1500 ultra rares, 59,000 rares, 140 million or something commons, and an outrageous amount of basics. This really isn't a project where you're getting in hoping to make a couple quick bucks. This is more of a project of you getting your own custom handle that you can remember and then have all of those different utilities with it rather than you needing to remember something crazy. It also is really cool in the aspect that no handle can be duplicated. So if you're really clever and can come up with like a really cool name or a name that you think is going to take off in the future, you could potentially lock that in now and make a lot of money in the future as more adoption comes into this space. The process for minting a handle is actually really straightforward. All you have to do is go to their main website. You're going to click mint a handle on the top right corner, and then this page is going to pop up. You need to put your email address in, solve a little CAPTCHA, and then you're going to get an access code sent to your email. Once you get that access code or that access link, you just click on it and you're going to be able to type in the ADA handle that you want. Once you type it in, it's going to tell you the price for it and whether or not that ADA handle is still available. As far as secondary, this is a really crazy project. We have to remember, guys, that once a handle is taken, no one can get that handle again. No one can make that handle. So there are different handle names that people really fall in love with and are willing to pay more money for in the secondary market. I mean, look here, guys, ADA Safe, which cost 10 ADA to make based on the amount of characters, sold for 20. So that was a quick double up. Crypto Master, another situation where this costed 10, yet they were able to sell it for 40 because someone fell in love with the name, or they thought that more people would fall in love with the name in the future, and maybe they can make a quick buck off of it. King de Medici. Maybe this is a famous Twitter person or something like that, and someone was able to scoop up their name or their ADA handle before they were. So now they were able to sell this for 100. And I can keep scrolling down. Cigar, which must have costed 60 ADA, sold for 165. So if you're someone who's really creative, you should go on this ADA handle website. You should type in a lot of things that you think people would like or haven't thought of yet, and literally mint those handles. Because now all of a sudden, if you find a handle like Cigar that's like a really good handle name and someone wants Cigar as their own handle, you could literally make an easy 100 ADA. It's honestly insane going through this activity page and seeing the different words that have been selling for way more than the mint price. Like Boba Fett, for example, that was only 10 ADA and they sold it for 150. And there's only a total of 4% fees when you add up the royalty and when you add up JPEG store marketplace fee. Nade Shot, I don't know what Nade Shot is, but that sold for $299. This guy only had to pay 10 ADA in order to do that. Singularity.net, $270. Underwear. Like, just think of random names, guys, that you think people would want as their ADA handle, and if you can be the first one to snag it, you literally have the opportunity of making easy money here because you can mint as many ADA handles as you want. Now, the real money in this, guys, isn't the fact that there can literally be billions of these ADA handles. The real money is the fact that there can only be one of each ADA handle name. So there can only ever be one underwear. There can only be one hype beast. There can only be one cucumber, right? Like, these are names that we're never going to be able to get more of. It is a 1-for-1. So even though the max supply is just this infinite number, it doesn't matter because each name is not infinite. It's finite to just one. And yes, people can manipulate it around a little bit, but there is an incredible opportunity in trying to predict what names are going to go for more money in the future. And on top of that, they're going to raise the price for these handles over time as well, which is also going to bring up the floor price because it's going to cost more to make these different handles. Now, guys, before you start making a ton of these different ADA handles hoping to make a lot of money, you have to realize that there are a ton of ADA handles already out there, and there's going to be even more in the future. Only mint an ADA handle if you're really confident on the name and you're willing to take a risk. The other reason you'd get an ADA handle is just for personal use. Maybe you have a nickname, maybe you have, your kid's name, maybe you have, some sort of hobby or toy or whatever the case is that you want your own ADA handle that you're going to remember. Because I'm telling you guys, in the future, when a lot more people have crypto, there might be a situation where I sell something on Facebook Marketplace and I want him to pay me in crypto. And instead of me needing to send over an entire long address, I can just be like, hey man, put $block is hot. And it's going to be very similar to Cash App. And that is going to make these transactions between people so much easier than ever before. Overall, I think this project is just super cool. I love how we're getting away from almost the robotic, super long random addresses and instead getting these handles that really represent us and are accustomed to the individual. I love the idea of having my own block is hot handle, and then that way in the future, if I ever want to send that out, whatever the case is, it's a lot easier for people to see and understand. So that part is really cool. And once again, I appreciate the people that were able to get these ADA handles to me, so I didn't have to spend an outrageous amount of money buying it on the secondary market. If you guys enjoyed this video or learned something today, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and also join us in the community Discord. But yeah, hope everyone here has an awesome day.